As a little boy growing up in Lakewood, I grew up in the 70s and 80s, I always heard my parents talk about Bob Singer. Bob Singer. If it's election day, they were going to vote for Bob Singer. If there was an issue, they knew they were going to call Senator Singer's office. They're going to call Bob Singer.
I moved to Ocean County in late 60s. I've seen tremendous change, both locally and countywide. I was in the military during the Vietnam conflict. I was in the United States Coast Guard. I did not go to Vietnam, but I was in the Atlantic. I was on a ship, and I was in the reserves for 5.5 years. But it was an honor to me to wear the uniform of this country. I was involved as a local businessman, a food service company that I operated in the chamber meeting. One of the members of the governing body was a member of the chamber. He said, you do a lot for the chamber, you do a lot for some of the nonprofits in town, but you could do a lot more if you sat on the governing body. Not being very familiar, I did a little research, and due to the fact that it was the same year the president was running, I got dragged in by the president, and I ended up on the town committee.
If you look around Lakewood community as it is today, Lakewood has 135,000 residents as of the 2020 census. All the things that you look around and infrastructure in Lakewood, recreation that's in Lakewood, have all been his dream, his vision, his motto. He's a solution-focused individual. Back in the day when they decided they're going to make a much larger facility for public works, the senator was a big proponent of it, and people said, well, Lakewood's not that big. He had the vision to realize that from 63,000 people in 20 years, Lakewood's going to grow to 135,000 residents.
There are a lot of positive things I felt I did in my term on the governing body. I enjoyed it very, very much. I was honored to be the mayor and the deputy mayor and on the governing body for 30 years in Lakewood. I was able to take the UEZ, Urban Enterprise Zone monies, and we're the only town in Ocean County that's a member of that. And we were able to redo the Strand Theater, which became a off-Broadway type of theater right in downtown Lakewood that brought shows in and brought entertainment and the arts into Lakewood. I helped both bring in the team and design the stadium with the governing body for the Lakewood Blue Claws. Having served on the governing body for a number of years, I realized that there are a lot of issues that the state really wasn't addressing. And I felt if I had a voice in the state, I could help out many of the towns that I would represent.
The senator has a very close relationship with his constituency. People know they can always come to his office. He's always there to advocate for them. The residents are able to see him, and he takes it very seriously. When someone comes to his office for assistance in something, he certainly follows up with it with his office staff consistently on top of issues that affect people, and he's there to help them.
I worked on the graduated driver's license. That was my legislation. It took me 5 years to pass it, and I think it has made New Jersey a safer, better place for drivers. It also lowered insurance rate for young people and gave them a great opportunity to understand their responsibility as a driver. And the other thing I would tell you probably is the catastrophic illness bill for children. I was a sponsor of the assembly of that when I was there, and that bill was a safety net for families that found themselves with tremendous medical bills, didn't have the money, and that fund helps pay for it. The greatest fundraising I like to do is to ask money for somebody else, not for myself. I will tell you that I'm very active in a number of groups that raise money for special needs. My nephew has Down syndrome. I've been involved in that for my entire life in politics. I helped get property for the Latison Network, and they had the honor several years ago of naming one of their group homes a Singer House for people with cerebral palsy, and I was very cherished that.
From day one of my getting involved in politics, he's always been a mentor to me, and I'm proud to call him a friend. He's given me that focus that he has. He's able to literally inculcate that into the way I actually govern the municipality.
This award makes me feel as I'm doing something to make a difference as an elected official. You know, sometimes people say, well, you get a lot of awards. Every award I get is special because it takes people time and thought to offer it to me. And whether they're having a problem with a state agency or they're having a problem with a county or local, federal, I help them. I may not have the answer for them right away, I will get it for them. I may not be the right place to go, I'll point them in the right direction. A young man came to see me, was looking to get into the Air Force Academy. I happened to know his congressperson, who was able to write a letter to ask him to recommend him, and he was accepted to the academy. He called me recently and told me he'll be going to the Air Force Academy in the fall. So in little ways, I think I make a difference, and I want to continue making that difference to the people of the state and certainly people of my district.
I aspire to follow in Senator Singer's footsteps. He's a man who's accomplished so much. He's done so much for everyone in this entire area. I couldn't think of someone more appropriate to be awarded this award.